Can we ever get the lighting right? I think this is perfect. I think the colors are just perfect. Just perfect. This is a mask they sell at the store, and if I hold up 5 fingers, I can see right through this mask. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I see right through it. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it, right? Hold up a finger. It's 2. Hold up a finger. It's 3. No, I really could see through it. Hiding, masks, opposites and attractions. Not long ago, and many years ago, it was, if you've got a mask on, you're doing a rob, a bear, and a berry. You're doing a rob a berry. You're robbing a berry. You're robbing the dairy. Robbing the dairy. Robbing the dairy of the calves. Robbing a berry, robbing the dairy. Robin Hood. Robin's got a hood. I got a hat. I got a hood too. I got a hoodie that I have over there. It's a hoodie. Hoodie's got 2 pockets in the front. Actually, it got 1 pocket from this side to this side. Couldn't have 2 pockets. The hoodies have 1 pocket or 2 pockets. But I got a pocket that goes from one side to the other side. Usually kangaroos have pockets, but it's usually that side. And then it's got that round bottom. So there's something about pockets. You can put something in, but you can't take it out. I mean, it doesn't go right through like a dead end. You put, you have a pocket, it's a dead end. You put something in. Does that pocket mean it's a U? So every time we're talking about U, it's a dead end, because when you put your hand in your pocket, I mean, you can't go anywhere but come back out, right? Put things in your pocket. Kangaroo pockets, air pockets in the sky. What's happening to the pockets? I came on to do this video, and I'm doing this video because I feel like I'm in the realm of thought, and I started to type something. And I'm going to go away from the camera for now. Say hello, hi. I'm going to go away from the camera and go to this Walter Russell think tank. Think, pink think. Time Heaven in ink, TH, Time Heaven in ink, and Ank and ink, taking it to the tank and think tank. Because it's with Walter the faucets, Walter Faucets. Russell, the potato in the ground, or just the Russ, RUS. And when I think of Rust, I think of HD standing for Pluto, Harley Davidson, and those who can associate together through the channel of cooperation and understanding. Powerful, because they're not afraid to lay it on the line for what they stand tall for, and that's truth and justice. Harley Davidson, truth and justice. It is what it is. It makes the vibration of what it needs to be. What is that vibration of the Harley? In fact, what are the vibrations of all the bikes? In fact, now the annoying vibration, more annoying than any other bike for me. And it also depends the day where I am, how I feel. And what about for you? Because it's not all about me. It's all about us, right? It's all about us. No such thing as all about me, because it's all about you. You wouldn't care about anybody else. And maybe you don't. Maybe you do sometimes, but you don't other times. Until it comes back to you and it really hurts you, unless you have no heart. So if you have no heart, you have no 52, you have no earth, how are you connected to this world? You remember the video yesterday when I did this? This is the cat sleeping, and this is the cat during the day. This is the human, where it inverts, the elbow goes out, the 2 elbows go out, and we're connected to this alternate system. The magnetic field that goes around us, how does it go around us? How does it go through it? How does it work? How do we put our antennas up? And what if we didn't have any arms, right? We still have what's in here. You see this arm, right? Just like a puppet. Marionette is like that, right? So it's being controlled from elsewhere. So it's not really where this arm actually ends up to be where they're controlling it, but it's what they're actually doing before the arm starts to move. That cord can be holding the arm just in the air like that. Looks like the arm is not moving, but that cord is holding on. You let go of the cord, you pull up the cord. You let down the cord, you pull up the cord. So before anything happens, the action is up here. How long does it take before it gets down to your arms? Before your thoughts move into action. Opposites attract. What is the minus sign? Now, I was just looking at positive and plus and minus. Okay, in another, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. I'm not sure if you can see it. I mean, because I'm not looking at both cameras right now. Let me see if I can do this. Wow, what happened to my camera? No, where am I? Oh my God. Oh, I'm still live. Thank God. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this one out. Just 1 second, and I have to make this small. Come on, Alice in Wonderland. Let's get it small. Got to get that mushroom. Oh my God, I have something on the stove. Hold on. Hold on. There's something on the stove. Um, Something on the stove. And my fridge is open. Shut that stove off. Do you know how hard it is? We're only one person here, not fun, but it's just fun because it's just us two, right? But you know how hard it is in life? How difficult it is with 24 hours a day? And I think of that song, 24 hours a day. Communication Planet Earth, 9 Lives of the Cat and the Dog Pound. So I'm off the subject right now. It's something that wasn't cooking yet. Need to cook up all those vegetables. Gotta cook, gotta clean, gotta cook, gotta clean, gotta cook, gotta clean. You gotta do Mr. Tackman's All About Me at the moment. Because of us or you, it has to be all about me sometimes. And because we're all individuals, we all have to say at the same time, it's all about me. And then there's, what is it all about me? Now, again, I'm off the subject. What was I thinking? Yes, we were on the Facebook page over here. Let me move this camera so I can see. And I wanted to show you what I was talking about. This is a little bit different than anything else I usually do. The minus sign is longer than the plus sign. And the plus sign should be 2 to 1. And the minus sign, in fact, this might look like a Chinese sign, both of them together. So I'm going to do this here. I'm going to expand my TV because I need to see it first. And here's the minus sign, only taking up 1 square. And here's the plus sign. Look at that. I got to divide 4 squares. Here I'm only dividing 2. So minus will now equal to 2, and the plus will now equal to 4. Plus and minus. I always thought this was, see the target, the center over here. So if it was a hose, this would be the hose, and then whatever it is comes out of the center of the hose. What is this? Is it above and below? Well, we can also call this on this side of the hose, this side, but it won't matter. It's one coming out of the hose. And this, because it's here and it's here on both sides, okay, so it's channeling through a channel to come on out. So it shows this on both sides because minus, I mean, want it or not, is on the left and is on the right. So you need 2 minuses, okay, in order to make it come through. And in that minus, because of the plus, when we put the minus over here, we can now create the letter H. When we do the plus, we can automatically either create the I, and the I is in the H, IH, 9 and 8th letter. One of them looks like, not like this. Would it be like that? Or is it easier to create an I and saying this is the dot in the center of the square? But dot in the center of the square will only put you here, 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 and here. So where do you want to be? Where should you be in order to be in the center over here? You're in between the 4 areas of I. So what would that be? Where does the I come from if it was in the plus sign? Would it be up on this square over here? Because now we have size, because we had to use 4 areas in 1. Do you follow the size area? Once you have 4, you have an automatic this, because that's your target, and that's your I. What does it mean? I'm not really sure yet, but I'm looking at it. The 9th and the 8th letter is I love this because it equals to 72 brown, 72 in a big red sun, 72 in a row. Ben, the birth row. Don't know what it means yet. Could it be the death row? Or doth be so? And I say this because every time I have an E and an A together, I always make it the O. arts and entertainments, the first and the fifth letter. Relationship, Mars. And there was something yesterday I didn't say in the video with the relationship of Mars. Stand on 17. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. 8 times 7, 8 plus 7, 71. So we just reflect 7 and 8 equals to your 15 and your Mars gateway to the heavens, to Eve. Haven. Heaven. E-A-V-E-N. And I'm putting down this camera over here. I'm not sitting properly. My arm hurts. My arm hurts. I think I'm going to have to sit down. My armor. Armadillo, Texas. Where are they hiding out, these armadillos? They have their protection, their army protection on their backs. The army protection of the armadillo. So I'm just going over, just shooting things out, matching things up where they are. So let me go back to this Facebook area where it showed the plus and the minus. Whoop. Oh, that's okay. So when they showed that plus and the minus there, and I wrote down the, what is the minus sign H? The heavens divided as well, the night and the day. So now, the minus sign dividing the night and the day, and the plus sign has between yesterday and today. I'm just looking at this between yesterday, today, and tomorrow. I am the one moving in the H. I am in the heaven and I am moving in the H. What is this heaven? Obviously, it's a circle. Oh, say, can you see? Oh, Canada. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Like, I'm trying to figure, is that the target word? We were talking about vibration at the beginning as well, or maybe I wasn't. The old analog moon coming into the new digital can't be upgraded, or there's been something that has been developed in vibration that we can now instead use the analog, and we pick up the analog, we slow it down, okay? We slow it down a little bit in time. I'm going to a new process that they have to use analog to gather information. So over the years, they back up time. They keep backing up time over the years until they bring time, they stop backing it up. Now they start moving forward. As they're backing it up, it's moving forward. Is that possible? So here's your close here's the, let's use this. Let's say you have clothes. Let me just put this up here. You have clothes and they're on here, and they come from here, they go all the way around, they go around this way, and they come this way. And as the clothing's going this way and this one, and it's a rail like a racetrack. One goes back until it comes around again. So as it's going forward, it's retrograding. Just like Miss Levette said, right? It's retrograde. Is that what in planets in retrograde? So while this is in retrograde, they pick up time, and they have the capacity to actually know quite a bit into what's going to go on tomorrow, because they're creating the act. Who? Somebody might ask, who's creating the act? I don't get involved in that part. I just create the hypothesis and a possibility, and what is that other thing they call it? The theory of whatever it is. So we were talking about the plus sign. You see, I keep coming back to the same thing, to the plus sign and to the minus sign. And what is the sign as well as the night and the day? So that's where I was, in night and day. So I'm just trying to figure out, the night and the day is where the minus sign comes in. And the minus sign, I can't even see this little picture here. Let me make this a little bit bigger for myself. I got to see this. This is a little too small. Let me see if I can even see it. Yeah, the minus sign. Any of the minus signs that's over here. Here's the minus sign. So you're dividing the top with the bottom. And if you put the plus sign, you're dividing yesterday, the top and the bottom, between today, the top and the bottom. And I'm just in between the two all the time. I'm in yesterday and I'm in today. because every word I speak has already been said, so it's said before. So it becomes the before and the after, the above and below, plus and minus, the target. What comes out of the target? Or does it actually come out of the empty spaces in here? The complete empty space. Complete empty space is valued as 35. And that is your electric company. Electric company in 35, and that's where Herbie would step in. Herbie from Volkswagen, and he's the car that thinks on his own. Don't forget, I didn't forget about number 72 yet. So I'm still trying to ask myself the question is, you see, when you have where's that number, where's that piece again? Let me make this bigger so I can see. You have the circle. So you have the circle here. And when you're playing roulette, that circle tells me that's 8 to 1, because on any of the 4 numbers the ball will land in, you get paid 8 plus your 1. So that's your 8, heaven, and your 1, which is 9. I mean, your 1, it gets 8 to 1. So it's the 8 chips you get plus the 1 chip you wagered is your 8 and your 9. That might be your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the I on the top. So that's how H and I would come together, that I see naturally through the explanation of that game of roulette. And that when you're directly on a number, it's 35 to 1. So is that talking about the heavens and the birth, 8 and 9, H and I, high? Don't forget how the word high is used all over the world. Is the 35 to 1 where it's right on the number? Electric company. Is that your body? So is your H and your I just a connection between there and here and then the body? I'm speaking. But whoop, hold on a second. Here's a speaker also. But unless you pump in the energy into this arc ain't going to say a word. Unless you put something into me, I'm going to be stable. But I might know so much more than anybody else because my brain is out here all the time. Not this. This is the human brain. This is the open brain where you're in both moons of Mars and the 1 moon of Earth. The cat goes to sleep at night. We did this yesterday. The cat goes to sleep at night. Okay? During the day, he's like this. At night, he's like this. He's completely in a separate moon, Phobos or Deimos. Okay? During the day, whether he's in Phobos and Deimos, he stretches out his other arms. His head is completely in Luna, living in both Phobos and Deimos. Something like that. So we were talking about where H and I comes in as the 9th and 8th letter. 9 times 8 is 72. 9 plus 8 is 17. The total is 89. It repeats itself. I don't know if you can see this. I don't like looking at it this way because it's showing backwards on my screen. Where are we? So it's over here. H and I. So in blackjack, they say stand on 17, and we did this yesterday. Stand on 17, the letter is Q and H. Okay? And funny thing about this is if you stop the video or you go away for 2 seconds, I'll sing. Okay? And we were talking about 35 to 1. We're talking about 17 to 1. We're talking about 8 to 1. I'll tell you what this is in a second. So this is your 89. 7 times 2, 14 DNA. 7 plus 2, 9 equals number 23. Win a big red sun. Win a big red sun. So we have 2. Anybody is finding this interesting so far? Maybe I should shine a light and fix the view a little bit. Can we do this light, or that's no good? Is that a better light? Hold on, I got too much light here. Just 1 second. Let me just do something. Turn off this light. Turn off this light. It's no fun if you can't see what you're watching sometimes, you know. Should I turn off that light? Maybe I should just put a whole black screen behind me because there's like, oh my God, I'm upside down. Somebody say something to me. Say something to me. Wow, I'm upside down. Where's that camera going? Oh no, oh no, there's my elephant. Oh yeah, okay. Where are we? Anybody here for the first time? Has anybody been in this place for the first time? Is your head just spinning? Well, is your head just spinning? Is your head spinning? Is your head spinning? I'm just trying to see which way. Hold on a second. Where is he? Oh, there he is. There he is. Hold on a sec. There he is. Hold on. I'm getting sick here looking at this. He's right there. Okay. So I have to put him, if I put him this way, no, this way, no, this way, no. Okay, here it is. Controlling him. And he's right here. His eye, his mouth. Okay, let's get this rocking. So it seems like it's not that interesting. Nobody's here, but that's okay because it's very interesting, and we are two people, me and you. Whoop! Piece of the camera fell off, but it's okay. Okay, so now we're on H and I that I was talking about, and you know, it seems like I'm all over the place, and I sort of am, but I'm not. I know exactly what I'm doing. 17th letter over here will create the 15 and 56. Will bring you back to the G and the H, which is the 7th and the 8th letter. The 9 times 8, 9 plus 8 will create 72, 17. What's creating 7 and 8, and then it'll create 14. And where is that? 7 times 2, 14 and 9. So it'll be 5 and 9. Those are your numbers. This equals to 23. This equals to 14. 2 and 3, 5. 1 and 4, 5. Beta, creation, DNA in the sun. Christ will come with this number. BC, beta, creation, 2 and 3. This is where your sun birth comes in. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3, 65. And that's when the words come out saying, Yo, Elev, the student. Yo, Elev, the student of Mars. BC, 2 and 3. 1 times 5 equals 5. 1 plus 5 equals 6. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. Same result. 72 and 35 to 1 odds were 35 to 1 and 35 to 1 odds in the roulette table. Electric company are the letters, but when they play roulette, when they play craps, they always go any craps, right? But they always mark EC for any craps, because what they're actually saying is 11 craps. 11 or 1 and 1, 1 and 2, 6 and 6. 11 or the opposite of 11 on a cube is 6 and 6. The reverse of 11 is 5 and 6, to where 1 and 2 comes in. 1 and 6, 5 and 2, 77. That's where the Christ of Earth comes in. 5 and 6 opposite of 1 and 2 create 77. As well, 11 and 66 create 77. And the reality is, this is where the Christ comes in. Every other one brings in the moon. And the reason for that is this magical little dice. Oh my God, you've got 8 void. You ever play Mahjong? 8 void, 2 knack, and all these wordings? This is 8 void, 1 dot. This is 7 void and 2 dot. This is 3 void and 6 dot, or 303. But this 6 and this 1, This 1 is exactly the center to this 6. And if it was made of glass, it would be the only 7 that rides. So this 1 and 1, okay, which is supposed to be 11 because you lose here on 1 and 1. This is part of your craps, but now it comes together in 2 cubes. The 5 and the 6. The opposite of 1 and 1 is 66, and that's woman. And it's a reroute from woman to where Highway 66 was rerouted to Interstate 80. You can say what you want, but this is the way I see it. Here's your plus, because it goes through here, transfers over here, and goes all the way over here. And while it's doing that, there's a passage and a void over here. I have to figure out what this whole thing means. I can flip this to this side and we can keep going around. And then every 3rd year it opens up and it goes here. We move on in time, holding back time. You put the 2 loops together, we keep going around in time. But every 3rd year, the loop turns out, and then we go on to the next part of time. That one day, that partial loop. Maybe it takes 40 years for the loop to completely move out, but it moves out of its position. You know what I'm saying? In 360 degrees. As it's moving, it's 360 degrees. As it comes back, how much time? And then where is this loop turning 360, or this one turning 360? I'm not sure if you can follow that. So my 7 times 2, my 7 plus 2 comes from my 9 and my 8, which we started this whole video with. And the letters are H and I. And it creates Union Jack, part of Union Jack. Here is my H and my I, and now we've got a special flag. Quebec flag can look that way, the Great Britain. I'm getting a little tired now. I started off, repel. Do magnets repel each other? Opposites attract. Well, doesn't the South and the North Pole go together? Opposites attract, male, female. And we also talked about above and below. Above and below is 17 to 1. 17 to 1 equals 18. This would be the letter Q and R, as well as H. I'm not going to use A as well. There's other ones. This one over here, the 35th letter, is actually just 8 equals to 36. To create that, you need 66 to female, 35 electric company, with the 1 pass, with the 1 of something, with 1 and all. Why not just call it 10? We spoke yesterday about numbers. 1 through 9 is one section. 10 through 19 is another section. And 20 is a special number. The French have even spoken about that. We'll get to that later. I'm just going to show my face because I want to feel like I'm in this. I feel like I'm missing myself. Does anybody have anything to say about anything that's going on? Does it make any sense at all? Is anybody able to follow me? What I'm doing here? I'm playing right now with the plus sign and the minus sign, and I'm trying to relate it to something in our life, and something either to do with a target, divided windows, and I base it on other things like the roulette and what can possibly be done in roulette by seeing this design. With the H and the I created the 72 and the addition of 17, the letter Q. Why do we get the letter R when I'm talking about all of these things? I get the letter R over here because the odds between putting a chip right on this area over here, hold on a second, over here is 17 to 1. And you have a chip on the line and on this side and on this side. Although it counts for both sides, it creates that connection between the two, or a passage or a hole. It does something to it. And you can jump in this way and you jump out that way. See, sometimes you would say, oh, I'm going to just jump into the hole, through the hole, just jump through the hole, right? But that's not how it works. That's not how it looks here. If you take a little, think a little artsy into this, when you jump out of this hole, like a fish jumps out of water, over the line, and into this side? Or is it a cutout circle, bringing these two together, and then this becomes a magnet going around that circle where the chip is? So you just keep going around because your magnet created it. and this is just a separation between the two sides? Or is this a hole, the chip that connects together? Wow. Now I'm upset. You think you're upset? You can go back to the beginning. I can't speak directly to anybody because it's too late. It already happened. I'm going to have to start all over again. Oh my God. Back in time. Repel. Retrograding. That's part of you. And now I don't even know where I was, but I'm going to go back to the number 20. Why is the number 20? Because it comes to the number 20 when they put the whole kit and caboodle together and they say 4 times 20 in French. 4 420. 4 times 20. And 4 times 20 is 80. So I have 1 to 9 and then 10 through 19, but it's actually 10 to 20. Because after 20, everything switches. This is the first time you will say 21st. You will repeat for the first time after 1 or first. When you get to 21 is the next time 1 is repeated. So that shows me from that shows me that from 4 till 20 is completely different than anything else. 4 through 20, but there's a separation after 9 because you have 2 digits. And it's 10, and then it's 11. But you get to say the 4th TH, 5th TH, 6th TH, 7th TH. I'm triple tasking here because I'm on 4 items at the same time. So try and keep up, please. So you got all the THs till 20th. You switch things because you say 12 and then you say 13. There's another switch. 1 through 9, I say 10. 1 through 6 is the only way you can get it on the cube, which you can only have, first it's 2 sides. First it's 2 sides of the paper. And then you have 2 papers, so you made 4 different squares. If you had 2 papers, you'd have 4 different squares, right? Do you follow where I'm going with this? I'm still going to go to the hole. You go out the hole this way, you swim out the hole this way, and you go back in the other hole this way. Or you jump over into your hole. No, you can't go into your hole. You got to go out of your hole. And I'm just talking about how this one moves over at 17 to 1. And it could be just 1 moon. You might mean more moons or more chips to put in the area of the bedding space. And maybe you shouldn't be putting in the same space at all. Anyways, there's a whole big thing that can go on with that. I can't get into every subject and open up a can of worms while I'm going. Okay, Labette, you haven't missed anything yet. I haven't even begun. This is just going red, blue, orange, white, brown. Wait a second, brown had to be green and blue. Okay, we'll put that one over here. 10. 2 colors mixed together. The 1 and the 0. So we have 1 through 20 equals 210. 1 through 20 equals 210. So I have to take away 1, 2, and 3. So that'd be 6. So that would be 204 or 20-4, 420, because you're not counting. Do you follow what I'm saying? And I hate to write this. I'm upside down on my paper here. Bought myself a gift. Bought myself a gift. Straight from Atlantis Communication, the IT System Spirit Connection, S, 19th letter. Okay. First, second, third, fourth, it all begins. 20th, it all ends. 21st, we start again. So everything is different between 2 and 20 because it doesn't have an ST. So if we add this up, it equals to a total of 119, 911. Now we're going to go to start at 3, and I'm starting at 3 because it's the first time. We have an ND, we have an RD, and it only happened once. So we'll go 3 through 20, and that will be 117, 7 come 11. Now we're into the game of craps in the 7th gate. Here we have 29, birth in the sun. Spirit is 76, because both these numbers will create this number. And then we have 11, 7, 27, when a big red sun. I want the numbers to move themselves, so I'm going to put one alone over here, and I'm going to add this to this. I'm going to get 1 and 8. 1 and 8. Otherwise, I'm going to get 2 and 7. And I'm going to do the same to this. I'll get 1 and 1. When I come to this, automatically, I've got female and I have the birth. Because that's the way I like to put that together. Although the value of this word, time heaven, the connection in the Venus world to the angel for time heaven, that's the way I look at that. 28 and 29 is 57 plus 2. Because 1, 2, and 3 are all different. The ST, the RD, the ND. You have the ST and the ND when you have the RD, the resident angel of the delta angle. See, the top one goes the indentation, and then the bottom one goes the outside. Yeah, we were talking about magnets before, how opposites attract, and do they attract? And I wasn't really sure, because it shows me that only in magnets, the same poles don't go together. So we're going to have to talk about the same poles. I mean, you can walk in the same direction. So this is what we have. Then we have third. Then we have fourth. So 4th through 20th, okay, is where it all begins. And this will be 116. We can say sweet 16. We can say 26 to God. We can say the gateway through two and one. That's where we're going with that. So now we have 116. Now what we're going to do next is we're not going to count the beginning, because it's like opening the door. When you're leaving, you can say goodbye and time keeps moving on. You can end it on the 60 seconds. But when you're beginning, you just open the door. It's a surprise. Who's at the door? You see, but nothing's been said. So we're going to eliminate 4. We're going to go to 5. We go 5 to 20, and we get 115. That can be your electrical outlet. That is definitely the key, because the 11th letter is K. The 5th letter is E. And then you got 1 and 1 is 2, 2 and 5. The 25th letter is Y. So I like to call that the key, and that's the way I built that. 5 less than 1. From this side or this side. Why? Because Roman numerals tells me that. I didn't do it myself. So right away, I'm going to say the 22nd letter. And the question, is this an L? Is this an I? Is this a 1? So I'll go to 22nd letter and the 12th letter. And I'll go to the 22nd letter and the 9th letter. And it's funny, because the skies is Saturn. The letter I, the letter L is the letter L and the letter I. Letter I and the letter L. 1 and 2 is 3. Equals the letter C. Now you have CL, which is sky. Numeric value 55, created from 76. 16's how sweet it is, created that 76. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. Over here. For twin T, I will watch it again. I will always do so for twin T. Twin T. Yes, oh my God. Twin T. Twin T. T, they're twins. The two T's are twins. Continuation of Mac. Purple sky rainbow. Purple sky rainbow. Purple sky rainbow. The bottom of your rainbow is a magnet. Is that what is? Did you follow what I just did there? And twin tea. If you had two tea bags, right? If you had two tea bags, what would you be able to do with two tea bags? I'm just. You can have one tea later. You can mix them up. What is the tea bag? Filtration. Farrow. Some had some sort of filtration in the beard. I remember looking at a plate. I'm not sure where these plates are right now, but there was a filtration in the beard. I'd like to see if I can go get those plates, but no, I don't want to get off what I started. So now we're still talking about 5 through 20. Now I don't want to count the beginning, and I don't want to count the end. I just want to count everything that happened in between. So if everything happened in between everything, you would be starting at 5 and ending at 19. And that would be 51 Mars, 19, or 16, which would be the sweet 16. The sweet 16 is the opposites and the only 7 that you can get on your dice cube. It's the only one that'll make plus 1 will make 7. But you really don't want to minus the 1. You can minus the 1, it'll be back to 6. It'll be 6 and 7, the spirit of 76. I used to say 1 plus 6, 1 minus 6 equals 57. And by taking that away, you're taking away number 57, which is the 4 sides. The 4 sides, and through the 4 sides of the exterior of the satellite, the penetration that goes all the way through. So the 4 sides of 5 equaling to 20, and the 1 center to all, penetrating and come picking up the element. Either we're picking it up or it's sending it out through the 1 dot, which might be the moon, might be the moons of 2 and 7, might be the moons Phobos and Deimos, or might be Luna. Luna goes with number 8, 18, resident angel through us, win a big red sun through the 2 moons Phobos and Deimos. Okay, now I don't really understand completely, Levet. I'm going to be able to make this out with my mind. First of all, anything that has an X in it has a value of 10 because that's what Roman numerals are. We were taught that, weren't we? MDL, MDL, MDCL, MDCL. Love D in the sky. Lovely in the sky. The sky is lovely. MDCL. M, the letter M, 1000. 10 by 10 by 10 equals 1000. 1000, yeah. M in French means to love. D, you get double D's. Now all of a sudden we talk double D's. We're just thinking of something else. Are we thinking female? Or are we thinking about the goat? Because the goat has double D's. Yeah, he's got 2 of them. I'm not talking about size. I'm just talking about the understanding of direction. Who is talking about direction? Yes. Magicians talk about direction. And creation and the nature of the universe has to be all based on the base nature of what was I just talking about? Of distraction? Is it a little distraction? Man, I like to put the 2 things together that I just said. Christ, Christianity, instantly, insanity. Christ, Mark, Ark, our resident angel. I'm just trying to figure out sometimes why certain letters are before certain words. Mercury rules direction, navigation. So, okay, so that's 18. So that means Mercury would have to be running the spirit angels because that becomes 1 and 8. That's your 1 planet Mercury, which means its opposite or associate is Saturn, and every single one of these talks about Pluto. So how am I going to get to Pluto from here? Yes, very simple. Pluto and Mercury. They're both the first planet on their ends. Venus and Neptune over here. The Venus and Neptune bring in Earth. Wait a second. Bring in Jupiter. Hold on a second. I'm getting a little lost. But don't forget, when it brings it in, you have to understand that these two dots going over here. So you have three dots together and then four void, which is Earth and Mars, third and fourth planet. And when you reverse it, the third and fourth planet become Uranus and Saturn. Are you following me with that? Mercury rules direction navigation. So it would be ruling the heavens because one goes with 8 and it goes with Pluto, the nine birth. The nine birth of Pluto, they made it so simple that it just says, it's just the same. It is. It's just the same. I don't want to make anything up. What can I be making up? Yep. Tell me yep to what that I said. I said so many things that I'm not sure at what point the yep came in. Please. I like to know. So that's what the dice cube is actually telling me. Everything comes from Pluto, and that's why Pluto's sometimes here and sometimes not. More people maybe are sleeping. I don't know. We did the number 17. We talked about, we were talking about 1 through 20. And so now we have to separate it again. We have to separate it a bunch of times. We separate it between 9 and 10. We separate it from 1 to 4. In fact, we separate 4 because we all know that the 5 is 1 with 4 coming together, creating 5. So the reality is we don't need 1, 2, 3 because 1, 2, 3 is right here. We don't need 4. We have 5. So all we need is 5 and 6. And that's the student, 5 and 6. We talked about the 1 and 6. Okay, I don't want to get to that. So now let's complete it. So the 5 is the association of 1, 2, 3, 4. That's number 5. Forget about 1, 2, 3, 4. When you add it up, it equals to 10. So take that 10 and call it, okay, thank you. Okay. I can make up my mind on what? So we understand we add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, it equals to 5. Now, 5 connects together with 6 because that's the other side, and 6 goes 6 and 7 and 8, and then we go to 9. Now, what happens is this. Can I do this over here? Here's your 5, and here's your 9. So once we take 6, okay, because it's the other side of 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, which adds up to 10. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 adds up to 10. The letter J, and the letter 5 is the letter E, and it says je. It means I, as in I am. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 4 DNA. I am. The 13th letter, the male that comes into the picture on the third cube, is the beginning of where it says I am. Now let me just fix this up. So what we do is we need 1 through 4 equals to 10, and now we start with 5. 5 is everything. So 5 is now on one side, and the 10 total is what is the total inside 5, makes a total of 15, the numeric value for Mars, and the total is 6. It's your first added 6. Do you follow what I'm saying here? Let's see if I can write it out, because it's all opposites on me. 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to a total of 10, the letter J. We start out with the letter E, so we now have je, the beginning of I am. The next two numbers are 6 and 7. And if you take out the deck of cards, your 7 and your 6 connect together. Total is 13. The 13 parts of the Mayan calendar. And since you have that 13, you now have the letter M. You have the separation of the letter I in the 9th letter, okay, over here, because the deck of cards says the 9 eats up the 5. And we're going to try and see if we can prove that by cutting the cards. Let's cut these cards. And I'm going to cut that Then I'm going to cut. Whoop. I'm going to have to clean the house after. So I cut that, and then I'm going to, well, I didn't fold it properly. Let's just get this done together. Then I'm going to just cut that, and now I'm going to fold it here and here. I need to go fast. I don't want to go fast. I'm trying to just keep it even and keep up with the flex of the spirit connection. Just get that spirit connection in you, and you can just talk and bring things together, association. And now we've got two cards that look like the number 5. But wait a second. All we have left is 4, the 4 in the center, the two opposites that are not attracting. They're attracting through the connection of the center. So your 5 is now replaced, and it's now in the 9. So now what do you have? You have the beginning of 6, where 5 was the beginning, but it happened with the 9, your birth. So now we have 6, 7, 8, and 9 that actually comes together in one pattern. I'm trying to see over here. So we have 6 through 9, because 7 and 8 is the passage. Because here we have 6, here we have 7, and here we have 8. And if you notice, the cards, only the 2 in the center are different. Only the 1 in the center, the 1 and the 2. The 7th, which becomes your Mercury, which is connected to Venus because of number 7. And the 8, which is connected to your birth, your residency, is connected to your Venus in your 2 moons. Your 2 moons show up on Mars. Your 1 moon shows up on Earth. 7 and 8, 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals 7 and 8. The letter Q, QRST, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. There ain't nothing for nothing unless they sang it out here as they were building, and then they just passed it on to the children. 6, 7, and 8. And then the replacement for 5 is now 9, because 9 brings in 5 through the sun and the moon. Through number where 6 is now 7 and 8 connected. Through Luna, Phobos, and Deimos, and your 9 birth, which replaced the 5, 5 to 9. 5th letter, 5th letter E, 9th letter I, E-I, E-I. Okay, let's forget about that one, right? E-I, E-I, okay, let's forget about that one. And okay is good because it comes with the chorale. Chorale, Quran. It's the OK chorale, and now we have to play that game for a better understanding, or a different hypothesis, or a different thesis. So now we have these numbers 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, where 5 got replaced. So the game is right here, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 17 and 13 equals 30, and that's creation. 30, creation. Creation of the day, because DAY equals 230, the 25th letter, the 4th letter, and the 1st letter, DAY, 4, 1, and 25, or 4, 1, and 7. And I forget, the other day I had also had 1, 4, and 7 written down for a specific reason. It showed up somewhere. 1, 4, and 7, 1, 4, and 7. Okay, so yeah, I was looking at something. So we have 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9. The total is, sorry, I made a mistake in the total. Yes, the total is 30. 15 and 15. 8 and 7, 15. 6 and 9, 15. Area 51, Mars, 15, 51. 33 by 47. Where's my calculator? Somebody give me my calculator. Could be in my bed. Anyways, I'm going to look online with my calculator. Can somebody calculate this for me? Where's my calculator? Right here. Okay. 33 times 47 equals to 1551. Okay. 1 and 5, 6, 1 and 5, 6. Or when you get 1551, you end up with 111. 5 and 5 in the center makes 10, make 1, 1 plus 0, 101. It creates 101. I don't need this here. It becomes 101, these areas. So I'm losing my track. So we have day equaling to a total of 30, or a single letter digit of 417, which is DNA, the Q, 4 and 17. I mean, there's a lot of things. I just play with the numbers. 17, we did that at the beginning where 1 and 6 came together. On the opposite of the dice cube, showing that it's the only 7, that you can take away the 1, making it 6. You could take away the 6, making it 1. Together they create 7, but if you take away the 1, it doesn't make it 5. Does any side make anything 5? Not really, but 1 minus 6 is 5, and 1 plus 6 is 7, and that's where the moon connection comes in. Heinz moon connection, Union Jack connecting the Zion world. And the reason I say that, I mean, nobody knows. I mean, there's just so many things that keep connecting, is that here's the letter N, and here's the letter Z. Okay, here's the letter I, and here's the letter, well, I didn't do it. I did on a twofold, and the letter H and I. In fact, there's 2 I's here. I cannot make the I on this one properly. It has to be, I think it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, here. And I'm just trying to see 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yes. Okay, this is dividing of that. Well, I didn't put it in. No, wait a second. This one's the divider. No, you see, that's wrong. You see why it's wrong? Because the center is this big line over here, the thick line. I have to come in 1 wall shorter. And let me see. I'm going to have to come away across. Let me see this. 2. Okay, 3 and 3. And then I'd have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'd put a line. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put a line. Now I can do it. And now this would be the, you see the way this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See that? It doesn't even go through the center. I have to break it and do it this way because of the size of this. So now this is going to give me a different angle than the 45 angle. What angle is this going to give me? So it depends how I measure this up. What is the smallest size I can make? Okay, what is the smallest size I can make and make it rectangular? And the smallest rectangular size is this way. But there's no center line here. So I have to go 2. So if I go 2, I can't make it a square. That's the smallest I can make it. But now I can't get the line for the eye down. So now I'm going to have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Or I can go 2 by 4. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we can find the center line for the I and the H. So this is one of the smallest. But for the Z, okay, I can make a Z here on this side. And I can make a Z on this side. Or I can make an N on this side. And then an N on this side. So I can't create Union Jack unless I create it this way, where we're not on the 45-degree angle. I'm assuming we're somewhere near the 30-degree angle to create this. Does it sound confusing? There's just a lot of things going on. 41, your DNA in the sun, and everything changed on Grover Cleveland. Herbert Hoover. But really, Benjamin Harrison was the division. 23rd president, Benjamin. Benjamin H. B and H. 28. Cycle of the moon changes with G and H, the gateway to the heaven. By the moon. This preparation had to start, or something happened right about this time over here. So now we're going to turn this over, and we were counting with the cards. If you remember, I'm all over the place, right? 6 through 9, because we were trying to find out what's so special and why we count from 4 through 20. Because 4 is where the first TH is, and 20 is where the last sequence of TH comes in. And we haven't spoken about the French, talking about how they say 17, 18, and 19. And more numbers get divided by language on how you say something. Not confusing, very good passage and passage. We're going forward and backward in time, and forward and backward in time, and days are getting accumulated, so that whatever's coming inside this planet, we're not receiving it until it's been altered through until it's either A, been altered, or give me an idea, or B, until we're programmed in everything by what we see, what we hear, what we buy, the groceries, whatever it is, until we're programmed to be able to accept what's coming in, but be confused until it's too late and we haven't associated ourselves with the new vibration because our minds are not in the right place to be able to link or connect with it, and it's all confused. So now we're getting alternative thoughts through this process. And at the same time, you have to remember, number 4 card is in the 8 card. It's also in the 9 card. It's also not in the 3 card. The 4 is not in the 3 card. It's in the 5 card. And the 4 is in the 6 card. So the 4 is in every card but the 1, 2, 3. And it's first, second, and third. But the 4 is in every single card until it gets to the 9, but it's not in the 10th card. Yes, and it's in the 10th card. Sorry, so it's 4 through 10, 10, 4 communication. Add 4 through 10. If you add 1 through 10, it equals to 55. But if you add 4 through 10, it equals to, take away 1, 2, 3, it equals to 49. Did I get that right? 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 6 is 15, plus 7 is 22, plus 8 is 30, plus 9 is 39. Saturn, your birth. And then the next one is 10, 49, Jesus. Time, Saturn, Christ. 7 times 7, 49. 49 reversed is 49 reversed is 94. 49 reverse is 94. 94 divided is 47. So we have to be flipping it to make doors, to make windows match, to make numbers match. When the numbers match, everything starts to click together through the numbers, right? You don't have to see what's happening without seeing the numbers, right? You make a computer, everything runs through the numbers. You see what happens through the numbers. So now we have found out that 4 is in all the cards. That number, since 4 is in all the cards, the 5, the 5th card, the 5th element, like the number 1, the ace card, is inside the 9 card. The ace is in the 3. The ace is not in the 2, right? The ace is in the 9 and is transferred from the 5, which we no longer need, into the 9 card. And as well, your 3, which is on 3 levels, is also. So the 1, 3, 5 are all in the 9. 1, 3, 5, letters are A, C, E. So that's our numbers all the way up to 20. And this all started by trying to understand why in French they say 4 20s. And that's how the alphabet is made up. 4 20s. And what is associated in the 20s? Well, 1, 2, 3 is the only, let me see, is it 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10, equals to 10, equals to 10. Equals to 10, 10, 10. Now the question is, what numbers can be added to equal to 20? So is it 5 and 6? So what you do now is you go through, you go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to 10. You go 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 20. 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 20. Where 2, 3, 4 is our vibration, where 2, 3, 4 is how you create 5. But no longer do you have the 4 with the 1 in this scenario, because 1 and 4 is 5, 2 and 3 is 5. In this scenario, you have your 9, and 9 replaces your 5. So you no longer need 1 because it's counted as 9, a replace, and that's where your 20 comes in. Your 10 comes in including the 1. Your 20 comes in, here's your Mercury, and here's your start of your Venus, and now you have your 10, 20. Location. We're an hour and 6 minutes into this. I'm not sure what you've picked up, what you think, what you know, what you believe, what you've heard. Does it make any sense? What direction have I been going? Have I said anything at all? And all started because of a little post on one of the social media sites about a magnet and opposites attracting, as well. It was about, let me see, the plus and the minus sign, the odds that come from roulette. Walter Russell magnet model. The Coulomb has no validity, like seeks, like in nature, not opposites. If opposites attracted each other, why are positive and negative poles in a magnet as far apart as they can get instead of together in the middle? Do you understand that? The positive and the negative, but when you take two separate magnets, you put a positive and negative together and it comes together. Is that right? Let me see. How does a magnet work? You put the north with the south and it comes together, but yet they're opposites. They're forcing each other apart, and yet when you put two of them together, they pull each other together. Is that because it's a continuous flow, and the flow is from the inside out? And then when you have another one, two of them together, the south, the poles switch around on each other. I'm just trying to look at it, and north, south, north tells me something to do with the sun, something to do with the sun, something to do with cold. And then if you notice in this design over here I'm looking at, I mean, it's funny that it turns purple and it's got yellow in it. So there's something big about yellow. And then if you look at it, whoop, how do I look at it? It's on one side, like the omega, like it's going around something. It's been going around something, going through something and going around something. And that's where number 5 comes in. You see, from 1 to 9 is 8. So you go down, around, and then down to 9. And with the 3, 5, 7, I'm not really sure which one I'm pointing at because I can't see, the screen is too small. With the 3, 5, and 7, there's only 4. This way there's 8. 1 plus 8 equals 9. 3 plus 4 equals 7. 1 and 8. 1 and 1 here is the 8. So you bring in the heaven, the 8th letter, with the 1 to create the 9 birth. Here you bring in the delta angle, the number 4. The number 4 is your gateway, because to create the number 4, you have to use the number 7 upside down and the number 1 in the middle, and it creates the arc, creates that. And it shows around the corner, right? I don't see it up. I see this going around the corner. So we were speaking about that. We talked about your 10, 20. Your 90 comes in. When you add up 90, I just want to talk about this for 1 second. 13 times 7 is 91. Then it's, so take away the first one, because when you add up 1 to 13, it equals 91. So take away the 1, and you have 90, and that's your birth. That 0 will be your 6 because it's been replaced. That 5 has been replaced by the 9, and that's what it shows in the cards. Shows it in the cards, shows it in the cubes. We talk about it with numbers because of TH, T and H. That is out here. The TH is when you get the 4th, that is the beginning. But 1, 2, 3, 4 is all one house. So we don't start until actually we get to 6. And then we count 6 until what? But 6 is nothing other than maybe the body, maybe it's the two sides of 3. 6, the two sides. I'm just trying to figure it out, but it's irrelevant because 6 and 5 have to come together. So you, even though you have the 9 birth, nothing can begin to the 9 birth where the 5 enters. 10 is where 1, 2, 3, 4 comes in, and 6 and 5 is the student. That is the whole association. You're 6 and 5 through your 9 birth. So we revert back to the 6 and 5. Do you follow what I'm saying? I'm not explaining it completely unless you followed with the video for the last 20 odd minutes. So now we have 11. So now we have 11 through 20. And this is where I started out to say we take numbers and we use numbers from 1 through 9, and then we use numbers as 10 through 20. And these numbers come out and they're separated and they're spoken about in French. Is when we say 21 to 29. We say 31 to 39, 41 to 49, 51 to 59, 61 to 69. Does anybody see something wrong here? What happened to 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60? Why didn't I use the 0 in there? I'm not sure yet, but I know there's an explanation. But when we come to 71, the French say 60 plus 10. When we come to 81, when we come to 80, I'm going to use 80, we go 4 times 20. We do not say this. In French, all these are saying 20 and 1, 30 and 1, 40 and 1, 50 and 1, 60 and 1. A, D, N, A, E, T. Teenate birth. I don't know what this says yet. I'm just looking at it right now. And I like to replace these two letters with an O, T-O-N-D. I'm not really sure what that is. So anyways, I'm just leaving that to the side. When we get to 80, what's special about this? Okay, it looks a little, the screen looks a little, let me make this a little bit bigger here. Is it just me? The screen, it looks like it's like foggy or something. I'm not getting the proper, anyways. When we get to 80, they're saying 4 times 20. When you get to 90, they're saying 4 times 20 and 10. 10 is association of 1, 2, 3, 4 equaling to 10. And 20 is an association of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to 20. So when you get to 90, they're talking about this. They're talking about 4 times your 20, which is 4 times this, plus 1 times this. And that's what they're talking about, and they're using the number 4. Your first TH. Your 4 block, you're divided. 1 area, 2 areas, 3 areas, and 4 areas, but I think we should be using, how do we get the 10 out of this? How do we get the 10 out of this? How would the artwork come in? I'm not doing it right now. I'm just talking how the artwork might set itself in. And then all these, see these areas that are created through this? The O area is when you connect the 4 dots over here. When you connect these 4 dots over here, you have the empty space over here. And you're right on the 4 corners, the divided sides. So this is telling me that you're adding up 1 through 9. 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 9, 1 through 9. But when you get to the 70s, you're going 60, and now we're using 10 through 19. Only when we get to, this would be your 70s. Only when we get to the 80s, okay, will you reduce this and not go any higher and go 4 times 20. And that's when your 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals to a total of 20. Now, when you multiply this, it becomes 120, 360. I think it becomes 720. So this becomes 2 days. 2 times 3, 6. Times 4, 24 hours. And 9 equals 33 to Christ equals to 24 minus 9 equals to 15 Mars. Energy pass. When you multiply 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 equals to what, the 24-hour day? When you add them,
equals to 34. XX, Roman numeral X. And when you go bowling, an X is 10, and it's the 24th letter in the alphabet. X and C, 24 and the third letter. Day of creation. 27 day creation in the red sun. 9 times 8 equals to 72. The high red sun creation. So there's always something that's always going to count. So this is how numbers work. 70 gets the 10 house. 90 gets the 10 house. The Mercury. Venus comes in 80, the heavens. To H. Venus heavens. Venus and Neptune. Did I get that right? Venus and Neptune. Venus and Neptune. Venus and Neptune, where it gets Uranus and Mercury. Tell me if I'm right. Where did I get all this? I want to total them all to 9. I usually total them to 10, but in this situation, I'm totaling them to 9 for a reason. Okay, in which I actually shouldn't, because everything starts on 2, 3, and 4. When I total them to 10, it's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals to the 10. This one equals to the 9. So in this situation, I'm bringing in the birth, other than the creation of the birth through 10. And the 19th letter, okay, is the letter S. All zeros equal 6. That would now be 16. And 9 equals to 25, and that would be Earth. And then 5 times 2, 5 plus 2, equals to 10, equals to 7, equals to 17. Stand on Q. Blackjack, stand on Q, 17. 21st letter is U, and you stand again on blackjack. B, J. 2 and 10, or the blue ball and pull, dividing of the stripes and solids, and I'm not really sure what game that's going to create in my mind next. But I'm going to stop right here, and this is all about numbers, all about everything that's been created, broken up like micromanaging for the pennies. This is broken down. This is not macro. This is all micro. This is minute. This is small stuff. And this is basically of how the numbers work, and back to opposites and how opposites attract with magnets. And the plus and the minus sign and the odds that come from the roulette table or the crap table or the blackjack game of cards. Whatever you want to do in life, something that was created before by the highest and smartest people, or not even the smallest, those that had ingenious ideas that continue on today, but weren't regarded as anything more than Joe or Jack. Win, place, show, 112. If there's we're just 3 tonight. Too bad there couldn't be more to the show. I should have made everybody aware I was going to do this. I almost practically knew I was cooking dinner. I felt this coming on. I opened up the door and I felt this coming on, and I should have notified the people before that I was going to do this. And it sort of breaks my heart that in 10 years I haven't made the effort to notify anybody before. And when I did the 1 or 2 times, I buffled in the whole thing, thinking that I told everybody I'm going to be here. I need this to come out naturally. I need the flow of the thoughts between the cat communication. You remember that dance, Macarena, Mars, Macarena? There's something in macadamia nuts, Macarena. I'm not really sure what it is. We spoke yesterday about the connection of the cat. The cat is sleeping. The cat is awake. Always has to have one part in this world. This is always in Luna. People, men, I mean man and woman, I believe are like this. Only the elbows are outside to the other worlds in our connection from our rabbit ears. And here's the 2 triangles underneath my hands on my head. However you want to make it, the bird, however you want to look at that design. Upside down woodpeckers. I'm not sure if you can see that design. Anyways, we also counted, when we counted to 90, which is also a representation of January, okay? Because I'm not talking about February, Jew area, February, Jupiter. I'm not talking about when Mars came in, or Avril and the fish. The May brought the flower, April brought the rain, and that's it. Somebody say something before, and we're only 3 people here. Have a good night for now. Maybe I can come back a little bit later. I hope you enjoyed what I put out there. If we would put this together and break this down to how everything is, I thought it was a brilliant video. Why didn't I talk about 20 through? And next, there's more to this. If I add up 1 through 9, okay, 1 through 9 numbers equals to 45. Now, if I'm adding in the 20, there's also 9 20 areas. So it's 180. 9 times 20, 180, plus 45 equals 225. And 225 times 3 is 667. 225 times 2 is 445. Area, space, energy. What does it actually mean? 45 is the sun. 1 through 9 is the fox, meaning the passage. 54 is the sun. 9 times 6. 9 times 5. You see the way that relates together. If I would have added 20 more, it'd be 245. And that would be the day of the sun through Venus and life. I'm not even explaining it. So 20, if it would be in the 30s, 31 through 39, 1 through 9 is always valued at 45, and 30 is going to be valued at 9 times 30 is 270, and 45 is 315, and that will say ace. And this one is 225, and this one is 315, and this one is 1 through 9 is 45, and 9 times 40 is 316. That's 504. That's the passing in the sun. 51 to 59, 9 times 5 is 450. Again, the sun. And 45, 450 and 45 is 495. Where is that 495? In the sunshine. Where's Highway 45? Let me see this. Let me look this up. Interstate I-495. Long Island, it shows. Is that Long Island? No. Interstate 4, highway in New York State. Long Island Expressway. L-I-E. I-E. E-I-E-I-O in the sky. Long Island Expressway. Anyways, I don't know what that means yet. I didn't look into it. So you got 495, 9 times 5. Then you have 61 to 69. So 9 times 6 is 540. And 45 is 595, E-I-E-I-O. So it's again repeating Long Island, E-I-E-I-O. Anyways, where if the 5 is exchanged with the 9. So now life becomes living in 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7, 8, 9 on the left, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the right, 77. The Christ, I'd have to show you why. 595. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. On each side of 9. On each side of your birth is 6, 7, 8. The total here is 21. 21, 9, 21. 3, 9, 3. And this is 2, 3 to the power of 2. And the opposite of this is 2 to the power of 3. H and I come back together. Okay. 2 and 3, blue and white. And it repeats in thoroughbreds, and it repeats in standardbred horse racing. So I'm just showing you all the places that it connects and where we can extend our studies in to try and bring all these pieces and parts together of their values. So you have 6, 7, 8. Now we don't need the 6 anymore because the deck of cards tells me that the 6 is involved in the 7 and in the 8. So we take that 6 away. The 9 is where your birth is, and it replaces the 5. So we have 7 and 8. And that's where your 17 comes in. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 will create these numbers. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 15 on one side, 15 on the other side. 33, the Christ of Mass, times 47, the Jesus of time. 47 times 33 equals Mars, 66. Female, woman, 28 and 38. W-O-M-A-N. If you go W-A-M-E-N, okay, this one would be, this is 28. Add on 4 more, it becomes 32. Beta, creation.
So instead of being equals to 66, this would equal to 70. All zeros equal 6. We end up with the spirit of 76.
And then this whole thing starts all over again, and it just keeps going and going. Where am I going with this? I'm just telling you the stories of the numbers. I'm not telling you anything that's concrete other than what the story came out of the numbers. Have a good night, everybody. I don't like to sign off this fast, so if you have something to say, say it now. Obviously, we're 4 people here and only 2 thumbs up. We have to see 4 thumbs up. I don't know why, but I'm going to tell you and make something up. That the more we start to like the truth, the more the time that is coming to a fruition, the ancient time coming to a fruition, which is right now, the trueness of our hearts and the actual knowledge that we believe that is the truth will be sent up, and we can revert, reconnect to the new digital analog that I believe is coming in. That's because that's what they're talking about. It was analog, now it's digital. So the changing of the guards, the changing of the high, the 9 and the 8, the changing of Luna, Demas, and the new system coming in, the new communication system coming in. 565, 565, the fox, the deviation. The lines are here. You have to jump into the foxhole, one of those foxholes, possibly. I'm losing contact right now with my thoughts. So I'm not really sure where I want to go with this, other than we're switching over. Like I just said, I can remember my last thought. And I'm just trying to think now. We spoke about 420s, 4 different areas connecting. 1, 9, and 5. Yes, the 1, 9, and 5 that I mentioned before earlier on, if you've been with me, is the 1, 5, and 9. That is, I'm going to have to throw out this paper. Here's your 1, 5, and 9, and here's your 1, 4, and 7. 7, 4, 5, the gateway to the sun, the birth of the spirit. But take away this 1, you don't need it because it's in the 5, and you don't need this 4. Because the 4 is in the 5, 7, and 9. So all you need is the 7 and 9, gateway to the birth. You're using the 5 right now because it brings in the 1. So 5 and 7 and 9. 7 and 5 is 12, and 9, 21. We don't need 1 and 4. 1 and 4, 7 and 1 come together to create 4. We don't need the 1 and 4. We need the 7. The 1 is now inside the 5. 7 and 5, and that's your moon. 5 and 9, EIEIO, a time, the gateway to your birth. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for that thumbs up. And it's not for me. It's not for me that I believe. I just believe that if we are in the system, and this is the true matrix, when all our minds come together, the more the merrier. Merry Christmas, the more the merrier. And there must be an energy into it. It's impossible that the animal at minus 30 degrees can stay outside in the freezing cold, because they were made that way, to connect directly to the greatest man that ever lived, that will ever live, because there's many great men. How come you can't say woman? The greatest people that ever lived, the greatest lights, the greatest deliverance on this earth is through people who discovered and shared that discovery, not for the monetary reason. Nikola Tesla. And they're using this system right now to control the digital analog and hold back time or take time away. Like I said, the information comes in, it's received, you're sleeping, the next night you receive that dream, you know something new, you've upgraded. But now everything is like 5, 10, 15. The telephone, the cellular phone was back in the 1920s or 30s. They were talking already on a cellular phone. They were winding it up. They sort of called them walkie-talkies. Anyways, I don't want to get into that. I don't like the way I wrote down this 1, 4, 5, 7, and 9. I'm going to have to write it again. Can't go.
1, 4, 5, 7, and 9. Almost practically looks like the H. The 1 is in the 5. The 5 is in the 9. The 4 is in the 5, 9, and 7. So we're just going to work with 5, 7, and 9. Here is your moon. The 7, the only natural 7, shows up over here. 9 times 7, 63, times 5 equals to 315. CAD. Canada plug-in. No, that's wrong. This is to do with electricity, CAE. Or you can just say ACE as your plugin. This looks like my H. So this is how your numbers work. So all we're left with over here, if opposites don't attract, I'm going to have to turn my numbers around and connect my 9 with my 7. 16 and 16, 77, or 57, or 55 and 77, or 75 times 75 plus 75 plus 75, 150, 150, 50, 5600. No, there's something wrong here. 57. I have to have 5775. 5625 is. Let me see what this is. Hold on a second. 75 times 75 equals 56,625. 56,625. Plus 1,000. Oh, I'm looking for something. 75 times 75 plus 150. Just give me a second. No, something is wrong. I did this before. 77. No, just 1 second. 77 times 75 equals. Okay, that's what it is. It was 77 times 75 equals 5775. And this is where the Earth link moon connect, and it's the year 2015. Electric company links over here in these numbers. So I in 2015 this all happened. So you want me to just explain it to you? And we've already done this. I already did this. You see, as I go on from the past into the future, something comes up again, which I didn't mention before. I missed, and that was. Let me see. Did I add it over here? Give me a second to see where it is. Oh boy. Yes, here it is. When I marked 1, 2, 3, 4 equals to 10, and then the 5 makes up for everything, the total of everything, okay, is 15. And that's your Mars. 10 and 5 is your 15. Or it's 0, 5, 10 and 0, 5. That's your 15. I forgot to talk about that. So so that's your 15. So now you have your 15 and your 20. When you add up 1 to 15, it equals to 120. When you add up 1 to 20, it equals to 210. 120, 1 to 15. Now we have to go. 1 through 7 equals 28. If 1 through 7 equals 28, plus 8, plus 9 through 15. If we had 120, we'd have to have 36 minus 120 is 84. Is that right? 9, I'm going to do this on a calculator. Let's do this together.
9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 6. No, that's not what I wanted. You wanted to go 9 plus 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 plus 14 plus 15. And that's 84. Bingo. So that's 84. Pluto is perfect. Pluto through Mars. When you add them all up, the 28 is the cycle in the moon. The 8 is the passing of the heavens, and that's your black ball. Games, odds, relationships, everything that's been created before. I'm not doing anything new. Nothing new. What am I doing? Tell me what I'm doing. I'm associating. The greatest game in the world that people started to get bored of, fish upon my wish. So I just take these things, fish upon my wish. We match things up, and that's all I do. I just match things up. Message was retracted. You can write it in private if you want. Flickstrick is out there. Manx, Ranks, Hanks? What does that say? Thanks for sharing. Oh, okay. Okay. We've got a green star and a little star and a big star. A reflective, invisible planet Earth. Hey, look, Earth is over there. It's a reflectable planet Earth. We went to the sky. We went to the spirit of 76. We went to number 14, the number 23. All the numbers are out there. They're all telling us. And I'm using little teeny short stories, you know. I got my window up over there. Let me take away this light. Yeah, there it is. Oh, yes, that's one of my favorite corners out there. I don't know why, but my son put up the egg cartons, so the egg cartons tell us a story. Spider plants tell us a story. Look at that, my laundry. Haha, my laundry, that's so funny. And then, oh, there's the fridge. Hey, look, there's the fridge. And yeah, I want to repaint. I want to do a few new things in my room. And I think I like this color over here. It's relaxing. I think I'm going to paint some of that in my room. Starting to be a little aggressive in this place. Oh, I still need a little bit of light. Okay, so I want to see where I was. Remember, at the beginning, I'm not sure if you saw this. We were talking about magnets and the rainbow. At the bottom of the rainbow is the purple. And if you notice, the rainbow's like this, so that means you can fit something in. The O, the tall O, not the circle O, the tall O. What does the tall O mean? Does it mean two eyes and the points are cut off? Do you follow what I'm saying? That there, instead of having this part here and this part here, it almost looks like a tree trunk knot. The tree trunk knot, or maybe that's your eye and it's sticking out, or maybe two eyes are overlapping on top of each other. I don't know. I didn't get notification you're going live. I didn't send any notification out. If I sent any notification out, they'd cut me off. I wouldn't get the vibration. I wouldn't know what I was doing. Just can't jump in here and say, everybody, I'm coming in, and they haven't sent me the information to go in. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you're in. Okay, I didn't know I was connected. I'm connected. Oh my God, I'm connected. I didn't know they were going to plug me in. All of a sudden, boom, they plugged me in. And so what am I supposed to do? Why don't you ask them why they didn't notify you? You mean when I go live, you get a bell, right? Maybe they don't want to notify you. Maybe they turned your bell off, right? The sewage system. Bell and the ground, underneath the ground. So we saw that little circle for the eye because we were talking about magnets, the way purple is the positive, where blue equals 40, and let's count that as Earth. Well, red equals 27 when a big red sun, and the red planet, I'm not sure which one is the red planet. That's the green planet, the red planet, the blue planet. We got all kinds of colors. If it was green, well, what is green? 6 and 14. 1 and 4 equals to 5. So that's the green planet. But is that us? Is that our intestines? Is the green planet? Green hornet. So now we have all these colors we're mixing up. blue and white or baby blue. And we know that red and white and gray and black and white are the only two basic colors that they change the name. Black and white become gray and red and white become pink. And then we get new numbers that come in, and there's a whole number calculation telling a complete other story. But this is an hour and 40 minutes, and I am burnt. Let me read this. But we are upside down in this realm, or the realm is upside down, and I'm pretty sure we'd be inside out as well. They turned my bell off. Those, yes, I like those fairs. Those fairs, not fair at all. Intervals of polarity through the poles, intervals between positive and negative, intervals taking a chance first positive and then negative. You put a magnet here, and you put the south and the north here, and then you put the north and the south here, and then you put the south and the north here as you keep going. Intervals, I also want to say inter mean intermediate, valley, tear meaning earth, in is part of the win a big red sun letters. Retina through the eye, Laval. It also says cheval is in horse. So anyways, that's it. I am burnt out. If anybody has anything to say, we're all associating to truth. So if you think everything I spoke was truth, please hit the thumbs up. We have to, when the knowledge is true, if we can get more thumbs up for the true knowledge, rather than the thumbs up for what people believe, the followers, right? For instance, hoaxes. If people believe in that hoax and they get a thumbs up and it's not real, then they're believing in something that's false. So if we get more beliefs in the positive, that means we're going to raise the energy level of our side and maybe open a new gateway, which should never be opened, because then the side of falsehood, the side of hoaxes, can't take advantage of the goodness of the truth. So that's why I'm always asking. Now I'm going to be asking for more thumbs up, because that's what I believe in. And it's not only me that I believe in that. It's a lot of people that think that they come together, there's a change in energy. So now I'm relating this to all these thumbs up and why there's so many surveys out there, and why they need so much, what do you want to call it? They need so much people to agree. They need, because it's in you, it's passing through that energy. They need you to agree with them. They ask you, I mean, they send you surveys and they need you to agree with them, the system. We talked about the delta angle, the connection between this is number 44. Look at the angle that's on. What is the angle of that degree? We talked about Union Jack and the obligation of creating the Z, complete Z, and the complete N, what the angle is from corner to corner, because the obligations of connecting these lines on these squares, making these squares look like the minimum size. I can't make a Union Jack look square because it's not square. And then where the free numbers come in is every time you make an X, there's an O in between. Love comes in. Is this the opposite connecting? This X and this X. One X is facing this way, the other X is facing this way? Or are they both facing this way? Do you follow what I'm saying? The X and X, the back of the X and then the front of the X connecting. Or is it like this connecting, but now there's separation? Would you follow what I'm saying? Yes, they need cooperation for the incoming information to stay connected and online. As long as they believe, as long as the system knows or thinks that we are with them, they can keep sending it. But when we're not in it, the beginning hen house, the 10 can't send it through to the 20 if the 20, most of the 20 does not believe. Because in the 20, the two separations, the separation for where, if you ever watch The Matrix, they're all in their think tanks, and then there's this, and if they're sending the information, I'm tired. Inner veils, yes, I like that also. Twist around that word, international. I'm getting a little lost there. Just because it never stops. I think I'm just gonna have to stop before I make myself a little, nauseous. I'm getting a little nauseous. I'm starved, and it's 8 o'clock at night. And I'll see you another night. And I think I'm gonna try to. I don't know what system. Maybe I'm gonna go ahead and go to Discord and open up that channel. Where is my Discord channel? I never really get to it. Let me see. We're going to be 4 people here. Maybe we can get to Discord, and I'll put out a note on Discord, and we can look there to see. So let me try and see if I can open up Discord. I've never really used it before. Just give me a second. I don't even remember my name or anything. How can I sign in? Okay, log in. Tell me I'm automatically logged in. Please, please, please. Wow. Oh, I am logged in. Okay, how do I find friends on Discord? I still have Truth Seeker here. Add a server, Mr. Tackbounds, online, pending, blocked. Add friends. How do I add a friend if I don't know how to do it? Add friend. No. Home. Just give me a second. Members list. Members list. No, I don't know how to do it. Does anybody know how to do it? Does anybody know how to add anything on Discord? Hold on. Okay, let me see. No, hold on a second. Let me see. I'm not really good at this. Not really good. No, not new channel, not this. Trying to see how to add. Add a server? No, I don't want to add a server. General, hold on a second. Bell. No. Pinned messages. No. Member list. Let me see if I can do this. Paste. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see what happens here. Edit. Add reaction. More. Oh boy. I mean, if you're still with me, I'm just trying to look for something on my Discord channel, how to add people, how to add my name. Somebody tell me, should have a friend link on the bottom. I don't see any friend link on the bottom. Friend link. A birthday, a GIF, a smile, user settings. My account, billing, Discord overlay, log out. Upload avatar. Resend verification email. No, I don't have anything. You want to see what it is? I'll show you. So let me get rid of this. No, I don't want to get rid of that. Oh, wait a second. Where am I now? I'm lost. Oh my God. Okay. Let me pull this back up. I feel like I'm wasting your time, but I have to do this. Invite people. Okay. Copy. Paste. Okay, there it is. Let's see if that works. Did anybody see that? I mean, I'm not sure which way to go, which social media to go through. And, I'm thinking also of Odyssey. I'm not sure if anybody's heard of Odyssey yet. Mr. Tackpan, 7286. Earth, Red Sun, Cycle, Gateway. Okay. So I sent that out there. It's right there, the link. Let's see if anybody can get that link. Message in general. Let me see what else is there. Okay, I did that. I'm going to put this Fligstrick. So how do I look for somebody else in there? How did I even do what I just did? No. How did I even? Oh, okay. Okay. I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. Okay. I see that here. I see two people. Two people, both colored. It's in fact, I see three people in that picture. This is the beginning of your direct message history with flight risk. Oh, I was calling it all kinds of stuff. I wasn't sure what to call it. Okay, so we're now two people. I don't know where Truth Seeker's been. I haven't really been into this summer. I'm 810. 810, I haven't gone anywhere. I'd like to be able to print up all this information that I write down, maybe do it a little bit neater. If I had somebody beside me rewriting, copying exactly before I start scribbling on top of everything to explain where the two pyramids meet, the delta angle. What is that angle? I got to learn how to understand these angles because that's the exact angle this has to meet. It has to come to here and then it has to bend down here. The same thing with the minimum size for Union Jack. I'm losing my voice. I'm losing my voice. Laugh out loud. Laugh. Ha 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 ha. There's so many things. There's so many things. I haven't done this in a long time. So before we end this video, I'm going to show off two pieces. One is this. One is this. It's a tube. It's a tube. If you put a few of these together and turn them, you get thousands of designs. And then there's and that's it. That's it. I just want to say thank you very much. And I think hi ho, off to the kitchen I go. Good night. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. Eyes won't deceive you. This is the first thing I ever got connected to 15 years ago. Good night. You know my email if you got to connect. What's the other picture? Oh, yeah, this. Let me put that away. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. I'm squaring off.